Picture this. You're at the playground. Your child is happily playing with their favorite red truck. Another child comes over and wants it. All eyes are on you. So you lean down and whisper, "Be a good boy and share your truck." But your child clutches it to their chest and screams, "No!" A full-blown tantrum explodes. You feel embarrassed, judged, and you ask yourself that terrible question. Am I raising a selfish child? What am I doing wrong? What if I told you the problem isn't your child? The problem is the act of forcing them to share. In this video, I'm going to explain why this generous act is the one mistake that secretly teaches selfishness. And I'll give you the exact, science-backed tools to raise a genuinely kind and generous child, starting today. First, I want you to take a deep breath and let go of any guilt. Your child is not a bad person for not wanting to share. It's a completely normal part of their development. For a toddler or a preschooler, their sense of self is just beginning to form, and it's deeply connected to their possessions. When they say mine, they're not just being possessive, they're defining themselves. Forcing them to give up a toy feels like a personal attack on their identity. It's like asking an adult to hand over their car keys to a total stranger just because the stranger wants a turn. It feels unfair and confusing. We're expecting a level of abstract thinking and emotional control that their brains are simply not wired for yet. The issue isn't their character, it's our expectations. Understanding this is the first step to changing the dynamic. The first and most critical point is understanding the psychological damage of forced sharing. When we force a child to hand over a toy, we are not teaching generosity. We are teaching several harmful lessons. First, we teach them that their feelings do not matter. Their desire to keep playing is ignored in favor of another child's wants. Second, we teach them that people with more power can take things from them. This can create anxiety and a deeper need to control their possessions. And third, it breeds resentment, not kindness. The child doesn't feel good about sharing. They feel angry and powerless. This negative feeling becomes associated with the act of sharing itself, making them less likely to do it willingly in the future. It's an approach that achieves a short-term goal of compliance, but at the cost of long-term emotional intelligence and true generosity. So if forced sharing is out, what do we do instead? We need to redefine our goal. The immediate goal is not to get the toy into the other child's hands. The long-term goal is to cultivate genuine empathy. And the best tool for this is not sharing, but turn-taking. This is a concept even young children can grasp. It's concrete and fair. Sharing is vague. Does it mean I give it away forever? For 5 minutes? Do I have to let them play with it the way I was? Turn-taking, on the other hand, has clear boundaries. One person uses something for a period, and then the other person gets a turn. It respects the first child's play while also acknowledging the second child's desire. Shifting your language from, "you need to share," to, "let's figure out how we can take turns," is a complete game changer. It transforms a power struggle into a problem-solving opportunity. Before you can even talk about turns, you must do this one thing. Validate your child's feelings. Their emotions are real and powerful, even if they seem silly to us. When you dismiss their protest with, "don't be silly, just share," you're telling them their feelings are wrong. Instead, get down on their level, make eye contact, and show them you understand. This is the foundation of trust and cooperation. A child who feels heard is much more open to finding a solution. It might sound like this. "I see you are having so much fun with that blue car. It goes so fast. It's your favorite, and you don't want to give it to anyone right now. I completely understand that feeling." You are not agreeing that they never have to share. You are simply acknowledging their current emotional state. This small step calms their nervous system and opens the door for communication. Now for the practical tool you can use immediately. Replace the demand, "share your toy," with a gentle coaching script. The script is, "You can have a turn when I'm done." First, you model this for your child. You can speak to the other child directly. For example, "It looks like you really want to play with the truck. It is a great truck. Alex is using it right now. You can have a turn when he is done." Then you turn to your child and empower them with the words. You can whisper, "Can you tell him?" Say, "You can have a turn when I'm done." This empowers your child. It gives them control and a clear, predictable outcome. They are not losing their toy forever. They are simply finishing their play. This phrase respects both children and teaches a crucial social skill for navigating conflict peacefully. An essential part of this process is teaching your child about true ownership. Imagine if anyone could come into your house and demand to use your laptop at any time. You'd feel anxious and violated. Children need to feel that same security. I recommend establishing a rule that some toys are special and do not have to be shared. These are usually comfort items, like a favorite stuffed animal or a new birthday gift. Before a playdate, you can talk with your child. You can say, "Your friend is coming over to play. Let's pick out one or two of your most special toys to put away so you don't have to share them." This simple act has a paradoxical effect. When a child knows their most precious items are safe, they feel more secure and, as a result, far more willing and generous with their other community toys. It teaches them that their boundaries are respected. For toddlers and preschoolers, the concept of "when I'm done" can still be too abstract. How long is that? This is where a visual timer becomes your best friend. A simple 2-minute sand timer or a digital kitchen timer works wonders. The timer externalizes the authority. It is no longer you, the parent, who is the bad guy taking the toy away. It is the timer that dictates when the turn is over. This removes you from the power struggle. You can frame it as a game. You can say, "Okay, you get the puzzle for 5 more minutes. Let's set the timer together. When it beeps, it will be your sister's turn." This makes the transition predictable and less emotionally charged. The timer is a neutral, fair referee that both children can understand and, eventually, respect. Children are expert observers. They learn far more from what you do than from what you say. If you want to raise a generous child, you must model genuine generosity in your own life. And I don't mean just with your child. Let them see you share with other adults. For example, in front of them, say to your partner, "Wow, this dessert is amazing. You have to try a bite. I'd love to share it with you." Narrate your positive feelings about it. Say, "It makes me so happy to share things I enjoy with people I love." Let them see you offering to help a neighbor carry their groceries. Let them see you offering your seat to someone on the bus. These small, everyday actions create a powerful blueprint in their minds. They will internalize that generosity is a normal, positive, and joyful part of life, not a chore performed under duress. Another key is to build their empathy muscle. Instead of shaming your child for not sharing, help them see the situation from the other child's perspective. You can become a narrator of the social scene. Do this gently and without judgment. For example, you might say, "Look at Maya over there. She is watching you play with the dolls, and she looks a little sad. I think she really wants to play too. I wonder what we could do to help her feel happy." Notice you're not saying, "You made her sad." You're simply making an observation and posing a question. This invites your child to become a problem solver. It shifts their focus from, "I have to protect my stuff," to, "How can I impact someone else's feelings?" This is the very beginning of true, internally motivated empathy and kindness. What happens when another child is the aggressor and simply grabs the toy from your child? This is a crucial moment for you to step in. Your job is to protect your child's play and their boundaries. If you don't, you send the message that they are on their own, which will make them even more protective and possessive of their things. You can gently intervene by putting a hand on the toy and saying to the other child, "Oops, Liam is still using that. It will be your turn next. You can ask him, "When can I have a turn?" By defending your child's right to their turn, you are building immense trust. You are showing them that the rules are fair and that you will enforce them. A child who feels safe and protected by you doesn't need to fight so hard to protect themselves. Finally, don't wait for a high-stress public situation to teach these skills. The best place to practice is at home, in a low-stakes, fun environment. Practice turn-taking with your child yourself. Get down on the floor and play with them. You can say, "My turn to put a block on the tower. Okay, now your turn." Make it a fast-paced and silly game. If you have multiple children, you can use a timer to practice taking turns with a popular toy when everyone is calm and happy. By making this a normal part of your daily routine at home, you are giving your child the scripts and the emotional regulation skills they need to handle these situations successfully when they happen at the playground or at school. You are preparing them for success, one playful turn at a time. So let's put it all together. The path to raising a truly generous child isn't paved with forced sharing and power struggles. It's built on respecting their developmental stage, validating their big feelings, and teaching practical skills like turn-taking. It's about modeling the kindness you want to see. I know the pressure from other parents can be intense, but remember, you are your child's expert and their advocate. By using these strategies, you are not raising a selfish child. You are raising a child who understands boundaries, who feels secure in their ownership, and who will eventually share from a place of genuine empathy and joy. You are doing a wonderful job. If this video gave you a new perspective, please give it a like and subscribe for more tips to make parenting feel a little less stressful. And now I'd love to hear from you. What's the most challenging sharing situation you've ever faced with your child? Share your story in the comments below.